I didn't think it was going to be such an issue. I think it's one of those things where it's on a channel. It's been advertised. It's going to be on that channel. It's linked to that channel everywhere. It's not like this channel's been unmentioned, right? It's like everywhere that talks about TSL links to that specific channel and everything, and people are just like, yeah, can't find it. But then I don't know where you're looking. You know, I'm curious about this because it doesn't quite make sense in my head. Especially going to open up with a wall off on the low ground, which means that he does like to sometimes go for multiple racks and a few Reapers early, then just get the kind of the reactor and the tech lab going. I don't like it on this position, on this spawn, because, well, that just means that he's going to be doing it with the reactor and the tech lab facing outwards, and that's very risky. I think I talk about that a lot, how just don't like that. I think that's not a good way to play. I think that's a very dangerous way to play, in fact, so yeah, I'm already a little bit worried because I'm not sure Serral is going to be the sort of player to fall to something like that, who even goes pool and gas early in the game as well before hatchery, so he even has the potential to put the pressure on against this and should definitely be able to deal with it as well, so I guess we'll see. That's just going to set up, just going to be seeing a drone popping out, Reaper coming through, the racks on the way in. All of this getting set up and ready to roll at the moment as we just have, like I say, 2 racks, 2 Reapers, and then I think usually he makes like 3 Reapers and then he starts his transition away, so it's just a little bit of additional pressure. It's really not a build many people do because it's a real in-between build. It's not like you're fully committing to like a 3 racks Reaper and you're really putting Reaper pressure on. You're not really committing to just going like for the economy quickly. I do wonder a little bit about how this will fare if Serral just says, oh, cool, your barracks are at the front, let's do something aggressive against that and just work from that sort of point. Obviously, SpeCial knows that it's a pull first, at least from Serral, with that SCV scout and the hatchery timing, so you know that already. So that is something, at least, as we just continue through. The Marines is going to be popping out and just going to be seeing, yeah, like I say, very low commitment to the Reapers, then straight into Marine production. Just going to hop in. Sorry, I got the game sounds down more than usual. I don't know why. My bad, just had my slider down a little bit. Well, Reapers move in. Link speed's already done, though. I mean, it's just a fast link speed. All the Reapers are going to go down, so that's obviously not really being all that good for you. And yeah, this already feels like a little bit of a rough start, huh? I mean, kind of self-inflicted in a way. Obviously, you can't really blame him for Serral having gone for the pool first. I still just worry about this. I mean, obviously the Lings can't really do much right now, so I guess the add-ons should be fairly safe because the Marines are behind the wall off, but yeah, I guess maybe there's no aggression coming from Serral, and then, you know, then it isn't really as much of an issue. Gonna see how things continuing around, and again, a few Marines just gonna be the defense for the moment. The factory doesn't move to that reactor though, so isn't gonna go for that little bit of a switch up. I think he's waiting for it. Maybe he wasn't feeling safe enough. No, he's actually gonna build a tech lab off the factory, so we're actually gonna get kind of very aggressive here overall, huh? It's gonna be kind of intriguing to see play out, see exactly what happens. Just gonna see our ranks down over there as well. So just getting that continuing through, and just gonna have a Marine still join out the front also. Everyone just continue to get going here as the first Marines again just gonna turn those Zerglings around and say, no, you guys kind of not allowed in here, sorry. This way is blocked off. So yeah, just disabling the access point over there, and otherwise again everything kind of just being done well for the moment, I would say. Yeah, not really much to add, guys, if I'm gonna be honest. It's been pretty straightforward so far. I was just gonna be seeing how Ling's gonna come around there. Just wanted to stop these Marines from getting an Overlord kill. Obviously, SpeCial able to apply some pressure with this, and then he's going to have Stim. With tank production coming through and just a +1 attack upgrade, I do wonder if this just turns into a full, an all-out kind of, more of an attempt to just all-out kind of just go and win right kind of like now and here, and rather than kind of tacking up into a future kind of setup or anything. I kind of imagine it has to kind of start going that way, actually. I don't think this can, this really has a lot of longevity for, SpeCial if he just wants to go for the eco, so... Yeah, I suppose we will see. Let's see exactly what happens next few moments here and continue through. To get all of this started up. A few Marines coming in again. They will get a Queen this time. Queen's now going to go for the medevac. Obviously, the faster you go towards the medevac, the sooner you're going to shut that down, the better that's going to be for you. So that's obviously good to be doing. So we've seen Ling's trying to get rid of the rocks, but SpeCial's already here with a lot of these Marines. Combat shield and +1 continuing through. The extra barracks on the way as well to really just tell us about how this game is going to continue on, and just to really say like, hey, look, this is what's happening right now, kind of thing. So, yeah, we are really committing to this. Mainline speed not done yet. Can SpeCial make this work out? We're looking at this. We're in a situation where Serral's got a good amount of supply. I feel like his drone count is okay for this. That's my freaking doorbell, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to get the door really quickly. I'll be right back. Tilted. Why does my freaking doorbell go every day? I swear down at the minute. Every day, it's like... Oh. Sorry, guys. It looks like I didn't miss a fight yet. Serral's army supply is down a bit, but he's got so many Banes. Oh, don't like him come into the fight already, though. It's a little bit too soon. So it's something he definitely needs to be a little careful of right now. Marines and tanks continue to press forward. This dude get run by. That's so annoying because you don't have a wall off into the main base either, so they're into the natural and the main straight away there. Oh, that's going to be really bad. SpeCial's going to be forced to be... I mean, he was kind of committed anyway, don't get me wrong, but now he's just going to be, I think, that little bit more committed. That little extra step in that sort of direction. Yeah, well, 19, 20 SCVs go down. It also just means that Serral can be way more patient about the push, because it's not like SpeCial is still reinforcing like he once was. Serral actually just runs forward for this right now. I feel like that's maybe a little bit overeager. I feel like that's the kind of thing you kind of just gave yourself the opportunity not to have to commit to, for example, but I think we're just in that situation as well where this is maybe not going to matter too much at all, because SpeCial is just in a world of trouble, right? I mean... 29 dead SCV, 16 left on the map. His army supply is still decent, but the problem is his army supply isn't going to provide him enough coverage of basically just what he needs here. So it just ain't going to get the job done, unfortunately, and that's pretty much going to be the game, because SpeCial's army will not be anywhere near effective enough. The Liberators are usually a nice addition. In this case, they'll just not be, and... well, I mean, they are, just, again, they're just not enough. They're kind of, like, working on their own, and that's obviously... SpeCial's going to go for this low ground wall off once more here, guys, so kind of sticking to the same kind of idea, which I find a little bit wild. Because it's not like it really went very well from last time. And I do admit, yes, obviously, that last time was obviously not ideal in the first place, because obviously he was playing the you're already in that weird situation because Serral opens pool first, but even without that, I mean, I just don't like this build, so I'm probably going to be biased against it because I've just not seen it work. So, I mean, that's my big problem with it. If I've not seen it work, it's hard for me to be, like, excited about, you know, special do in a game because I've seen it multiple times now and it never really seems to work out, so... yeah, kind of intrigued. As we do just have second, just the first racks, right? So just one racks on the low ground this time. So that is going to be a little bit of a difference at least. Okay, I like that. I don't mind this so much now because it is different at least. And I think that part is important for me because if this wasn't any different, I was not going to be a fan. So just going to be seeing our Reaper taking some damage. Queen is going to put some damage onto the Reaper. That's going to see Grenade going down. Drone's getting bopped around a little bit here. And the Queen just going to keep that Reaper at bay. Again, doing a bit more damage. Reaper on the right-hand side getting pushed out of here is going to get taken down as we see a few Lings going to run by and a couple of Marines being picked away at, so they're going to start going down. Yeah, I mean, just Serral kind of setting up comfortably. I feel like Serral getting into a very comfortable position here and just saying if it can get set up nicely, same as last time. I get into a good spot. I'm definitely just going to be the favorite in general in this match right now, so... yeah, don't mind it for Serral. I feel like he's doing a lot of the right things at the moment, just putting himself into a good position and set up properly. Yeah. So far, so good, just not taking any early damage. I think that's the main thing, right? Because if you take early damage, that's when everything starts to fall apart, because that's when these full-on aggressive kind of secondary attacks really do become much more of an issue. They really do become a much bigger deal than what they already are. And that's when they really start to work, but Serral has been very good so far about making sure that's not so much of a thing. Overlord coming through, and just going to be seeing a Marine continue to tap through that. Overlord taking quite a bit of damage at the moment. Obviously, does get a good scout, though. Is going to get in to see 3rd CC and the Cloak Banshees, so that's obviously very different from last time. Not a whole bunch of racks early. It is actually a 3rd CC as well. We never saw that in the last game either, right? So, some really good information gained here already for Serral. And, yeah, it's just going to be having a very good time with that kind of information. So, yeah, just getting stuff figured out, looking good. Would be rather happy with that so far. Well, as the Cloak Banshee comes through, there's a few drones on the way. Lair coming up, all of that getting set up. Hyperflight rotors coming through as well as we get our factories going. We are going to see some mech. This is something which, well, SpeCial likes to do sometimes. The Hyperflight rotor mech attempts. It can be kind of fun. I like it for a way to switch it up. I'm not a fan of mech in general. I've been very vocal about that lately anyways, so not afraid to say it again here. I really am. I'm not looking at someone playing mech and being like, hell yeah, let's go. So yeah, just kind of, I guess, intrigued to see where we do continue on as this mech army will look to get set up, and we'll see if SpeCial can do enough with it. That's going to be the big question here for sure, as we just get ourselves going. Meters coming through, balance speed is continuing up as well, so a lot of setup at the moment as we get this underway. There's going to be seeing our queens hanging out in the front of the third base, fourth hatchery, down on the bottom side, and just going to be seeing a few queens here picking their way through a barracks up in the skies. So just moving along, meters flying overhead, and they're going to be honestly in a pretty good spot where there's not a lot of anti-air right now. Turrets are not ready, so there's going to be some good damage done initially. However, Hellions and Banshees will now commit across the map, and that's something which obviously the Mutas would deal with, but they're obviously deciding to be aggressive. So that is a choice you're making right now as Serral, as these Banshees put out a lot of damage quickly, but it's just enough coming through anyway. And that is just going to be that, guys. That is going to be game. Today's games weren't so hot. Well, the Rogue Lambo series were cool.